Hi everyone, this is Ruby Blow of Development Counts. I know it's a little bit later than I usually go live on Tuesdays, but I am still writing my blog post this week, even though I'm technically off on my holiday 2-week vacation slash break, which is really just a break from scheduled appointments and seeing clients. But I have to wait until I'm inspired. And right now I'm inspired, so I've decided on my topic, which really has to do with supporting people who get lonely during the holidays in particular. And there are different reasons, right, why people get lonely at the holidays. Sometimes they've already been lonely throughout the year, but it gets highlighted at the holidays. So, hi, Kimberly. So, especially for my counseling colleagues, and many of you are still seeing clients this week. This is a big topic. People who maybe they have families, but there are challenges within their relationships, or people who are single and who feel isolated and alone, or people who are widowed even or divorced, who feel disconnected. And one of the most important things I think you can help people do first is not try to talk them out of their sense of loneliness. Really acknowledge their sadness around that, and acknowledge that we as human beings, we need connection, we need contact. And then next, I think it's vitally important to help people affirm that that they can keep their own company, but also that they can expand their relationships, right? So for that person who's shy or introverted and maybe hasn't already built relationships, they may need some support acknowledging what they can do on their own that would be meaningful and fun for them. And for those who maybe have disconnected from their relationships, you can help coach them on how to reach out so that they can have something meaningful on the holidays. And so I am a single person. However, I can tell you I very rarely feel lonely. And I think it's because I have a rich wealth of friendships. And then I also am connected to my family, even though I haven't created a family. And so I'm going to share with you guys some of my traditions, which I kind of sort of want to keep to myself, but because I think they could be helpful, I'm going to share them. And so here goes. Oh gosh, now I need to take my scarf off. Oh, okay. All right. So one of the things that I do, and it may be a little bit late for people to do this, I don't know, is I order Christmas gifts for myself and online, and I have them gift wrapped, and then I write messages to myself. And they're usually encouraging messages, they're kind messages, great job on this past year, or they're loving messages. And because I get them gift wrapped, sometimes by the time I receive it, I put it under my tree, I kind of forget what the gift was. So then when I open them up, it's like it's still a little bit of a surprise. The other thing that I do is usually there is someone who is needing to support a child at Christmas, a child who does not have anyone to buy gifts for them. And I don't advertise that. I just kind of wait for it to show up, because it always shows up this year. Thank you, Christopher. And so this year, one of my Facebook friends was posting that she was trying to find someone to sponsor an eight-year-old boy. And so I actually went tonight and got some of the things that she said he wanted for Christmas. And so even though I won't get to see this little boy open his gifts, I know that I've contributed to someone else's Christmas. And then one of the other things that I do that I think, probably is pretty universal, but some people don't do when they feel alone. Like people who feel lonely, they tend to think, why should I decorate at Christmas or at the holidays, because there's no one there but me to see it. And I still decorate for myself because I'm a person and I'm there to see it. And so I think if you have clients or people in your life who are feeling discouraged, who feel like because there are no children in their life, or because they're not partnered, married, don't have a relationship, or whatever the case is, that they feel like somehow they're less worthy of celebrating and having traditions, I want you to help them create their own traditions. So those are a few of the things that I do to kind of and honor myself at the holidays and honor other people. There are more things you can do. You can donate to organizations. You can donate time. Like I said, one of my favorite things is to sponsor a child. I'm already sponsoring someone, so you guys don't need to start volunteering me. Stay in your budget. That's another important piece. So this week's blog post is about creating your own traditions, and it's really targeted for people who may feel isolated at the holidays. I want to speak briefly to those who are widowed and those who are older, who particularly feel sometimes almost like their time has passed. I think it's very important for them to still cherish their memories in a way that's honoring and happy. We can remember and hold a place of lightness. We don't have to remember and hold a place of sadness all the time. So don't try to talk people out of their sadness per se, but I think really encourage them to focus on the positive things. If they used to watch favorite holiday movies with a loved one, then that could be an option for them, or a special meal that they can plan for themselves, or someone that they want to call and catch up with, or write a letter to, or whatever are some traditions that would be meaningful for them. So for my therapist friends out there, I hope you find this helpful. I know from doing many years of therapy with folks that that's a lot of what people talk about this week, either trying to deal with in-laws or loved ones, or trying to satisfy someone in their life. But many people talk about loneliness. And I think one of the best things people can do is recognize that loneliness is not something that's just popping up at the holidays. It's probably something that they experience all the time. It just gets highlighted at the holidays. And after a few weeks, it'll be over. And what can they do now to just get through the next few weeks with something that will lighten the load and make them hopefully feel renewed? Thank you, Will. So if you haven't signed up for my blog post, you can sign up at developmentcounts.com. Comes out every Wednesday morning at 9:30. I think my assistant is waiting for me to finish writing this one so she can proofread it. So I'm going to hop off and do that. And whatever holidays you celebrate or whatever traditions you have, I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas or Hanukkah or joyous Kwanzaa or whatever it is for you. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.